We should be live. Let's see who's with us tonight. Hold on. Let's see if anyone's coming tonight. It is a Monday night, after all. Hey, Patrick, how's it going? Chris Lee, Olaf. Audio and video are clean. That is all that matters. And just, there you go, that's quiet. How's everyone doing this evening? It's going to be a bit quieter today. Nice and easy. We've got an hour to ourselves. If you have any questions, well, now would be a very, very, very good time to actually ask me. Hey, Denny, Mark. Logical Ways, how's it going? It's been a hell of a day today for me. I haven't moved from pretty much my desk. No, I haven't, except to eat, to do ones and twos. I've been all day, my voice is slightly going, working on this. This is my Arduino controlled DSLR dolly. Hey Ron. I had another version before, which was this caddy here, but this had like this really flimsy stepper motor, and I didn't like it. It's got too much play there and a bit of give and everything, so we upgraded. This time it has an easy driver, stepper driver, and a NEMA 17 pancake motor. It still runs on Arduino, and I spent almost all day working on this, which is the remote. So I can make it move slowly. Wait, hold on. I'm going to reset it. So, see? One. I can actually make it go really slow. I just need to find a way to make it go much slower, because this is still slightly too fast. If I want to do a special kind of time lapse around a printer, it's going to need to move much slower than this. But that's what I've been working on almost all day. It's been tiring. Hey Gordon. Hi Matthias. Thank you for sharing Dual A3 profile. It works a dream. Awesome. So yeah, I've been working mostly on that. I have a couple of prints for customers downstairs. I've been on the, I've been on email all morning, talking with Anycubic. I've been trying very quietly to get Anycubic to go, like, release their source code for the Anycubic Chiron for many reasons. Hey, Francois. I've read contradictory stories of layer height influencing part strength one way, strong or weaker. Layer height and layer width do actually make a big difference in strength, which is why most of the time I tend to use a 0.6 millimeter nozzle if I can. And contrary to popular belief, infill does not necessarily make a part stronger. The amount of perimeter will. Hey Grumpy Dude, Joe, how's the mural coming along? I've received 3 more packages today. I should have a few more coming in, hopefully Wednesday morning. But yeah, still, now it kind of slowed down, of course. The last few pieces, there's about 20 pieces left now. So they'll probably take a while to get here. But that's kind of okay, because I really want to start concentrating on airbrushing and all that as well at the same time. So yeah, I've been talking to Anycubic for the past month and a half since I've had the Chiron, and the reason is I really like the Chiron. I think it's a great machine. I think it's going to be the next big thing out from China, following CR10. Mechanically, it is just on point. It's beautifully done. It's solid like a tank. Firmware wise, needs a few tweaks. One of the main problem that people were having is that you cannot adjust the steps per millimeter because it's closed on the EEPROM, and you cannot open it because, well, it was kind of bugged. But now they've released everything today, so I'm really happy. So yeah, I'm very, very happy about that because I really like the Chiron. And if they didn't open source it, I wouldn't have reviewed it. Can you put the ANET A6 printer head on the ANET A8? I did have video. I did a video of that a while ago, A6 versus A8. I think in my case, I prefer the A6 more than the A8, but to be completely honest, nowadays, I think it's time to move on from the ANETs. The Creality Ender 3 is definitely the way to go for a beginner printer under $200. So yeah, what else? I'm printing something in Filament M Vertigo Starlight, which is a beautiful color. I've reprinted the same thing about 4 times. I always had a failure at some point. Not because of the printer. The TiVo flash, I had the extruder gear too tight, so it snapped the filament midway. The other one was, in order to remove the jam that I had when the filament snapped, I kind of pulled by mistake. I was putting a bit of force. I pulled the PTFE tube. I broke the coupling. A piece of metal went into the PTFE tube. I didn't notice, so then I got a jam, so I had to do everything, like clean out everything. That was a hassle. That was the second time. The third time, I didn't realize I had the travel speeds of the TiVo flash set to 120 millimeters a second, so it skipped a layer. And I was doing it 4th time. It's about 80% done, so if you're following me on Twitter, you'll see it tomorrow. Have you tried the Sparkle Green ASA yet? No, I haven't, actually. I really haven't had time, to be honest. Is your JG Aurora still running? I will receive a JG Aurora A5X tomorrow. Yet another CR10 clone. Oh, another one? Yes, it is still running. It is downstairs. I don't use it much, but it's still running. What is the best printer I can buy for 180 pounds? For 180 pounds, your best bet is probably a Creality Ender 3, to be honest. 180 pounds is about 200 euros. Yep, definitely an Ender 3. I'm falling into that kind of trap. I want to do a video because there are so many questions that need to be answered before someone decides to buy a printer. Like, what do you intend to print? Does print volume make any difference? Do you want something Delta or a kit or pre-assembled? Do you have the patience? Should you buy a 3D printer? How's all the candy treating you? It's going well. I'm trying not to take too much. I try to leave it just for the weekend, unless I really, really want to treat sometime. It's nice and relaxing. Done. So, what's everyone up to? So yesterday, I apologize about yesterday. I was just having such an awesome day. It was one of those rare days where we were all carefree. I wanted to go out. I wanted to pamper my ladies. We went bowling, went to the cinema. We went to eat at McDonald's in the afternoon. Then went to have some sushi in the evening. We came home and we were drained. I was really impressed with your airbrush work. Thank you very much. I used to paint quite a lot, and then I started airbrushing when I think I was 16. It's been a while now since I did quite a bit of work in airbrush. I used to paint when I was like 14, 15. I did my first exhibition. I took part in an exhibition when I was 16. So yeah. Any news on the job hunting you can share with us? Yes, I went to 4 interviews with the same company. It came to the point where I was starting to get a bit annoyed. You know, if you don't know if you want a guy after 5 hours of interviews, then it's the kind of thing. This is like a new company in Malta based on blockchain. I have experience in a variety of areas when it comes to online gaming, which can be ported onto blockchain. So this company does not exactly know where it can put me or what title to give me because I cover so many areas and they don't want to restrict me to just one thing. So I've been talking to pretty much every chief executive officer of each department, whether it's the CTO, CFO, CEO, CIO, CIA, whatever. And I've had 4 interviews, and hopefully by the end of this week, I'll know something. But in the meantime, I've also had another company reach out to me and ask me to go for an interview this week. Yes, I'm getting some dropped frames on the stream once in a while. My internet is playing up a bit, but it should pick up if you refresh. You should be okay. Hey, John. I think it's also possibly due to the fact that I have so many windows open. I have also Fusion 360 open, which I need to close. I have slicers, which are open. It should be okay now. Wait. Because I keep opening windows and I do not close anything. There. Should start speeding up now. Let me close those as well. Okay. I've been invited to show off 3D printing in October on a small hobby expo here in the Netherlands. Any tips for me on what to do or print during the event? During the event, you want something to print quickly, but that can impress people. I used to print Star Wars figurines. I tried to get them to print in about 2 or 3 hours, like the low poly Star Wars. I used to grab a bit of attention. Chief Happiness Officer. That's usually a dog. Also, shout out for person. Oh, nice. Awesome, Patrick. Print bases for displays at the expo. They print fast and look good. Very, very good idea. Okay. So what's everyone up to this evening? I had myself a cider. It was going down really nicely, but I dropped like 3/4 of it on the floor. And now this place smells like a pub. And I have no more left. What else? What else have I been up to? It's mainly that actually that I've been doing today. Like all day today, that's all I've been doing. Messing around because I have no idea whatsoever about Arduino. I have no clue. Don't know where to start. So I've been looking at different codes, trying to understand something, getting around it, which is how I've managed to program the remote and everything. And I wish for it to go so much more than that, but it's going to take so much time. So for now, I just want something that works and that I can share with everyone. Things are very excited to do the event, but also a little bit scared as I have never done this before. You'll be fine. The first person that's going to start asking you about 3D printing, that's it. You're going to go into the zone, you're going to start talking too much, you're going to end up without a voice, and you're going to be exhausted. And you won't realize that 5 hours just flew by. Joe currently printing the Forbidden Watchtower in the Mark 2.5. The base is 25 hours in, 17 to go. Nice. A Watchtower is awesome. It's such an awesome model to paint because it can be anything. It can be dark and gloomy, it can be vibrant, it can be like cartoonish and, you know, fairy tale landish. For me, stuff like that, I always look at dark and gloomy because I feel it's much more expressive. Taking apart an old XYZ Da Vinci, and that's some of the best I can do with such a printer. True. One line of code after the other. Very true. I have a Nigomos Vector 3 3D printer. I've never heard of that. So yeah, I've been doing lots of painting. I got an email from Light in the Box. It's a company. It's a wholesale company. It's just like AliExpress, GearBest, Banggood. Never worked with Light in the Box, and to be completely honest, I want to. It's still not in Malta because they sent it by standard shipping. I don't know why they would do that, but anyway, 4 weeks. It's still not here. So yeah, it's. So I'm going to try Light in the Box, but with Light in the Box, I'm not asking them to send me printers. I'm asking them to send me this kit, like this air compressor with 3 air brushes and some paint, just to test it out, because I think it's something that if it works, $150 for the whole set, that could be worth it for a lot of people. I'm so scared of prints that long. My longest was 12 hours. Just finished that this morning. Oh no. 200 hours and 3 minutes, I think, the longest print, the Hulk. And right now, downstairs, let me show you, on the Anycubic Chiron, there is, I don't know if you can see it, I have a customer print that's going to take about 100 hours. It's Mount Fuji, like a 400 by 400 millimeter Mount Fuji. It's going to cost them a lot of money, but the customer wants it, so it's printing. It's taken all the bed, like the Anycubic Chiron. The bed is like 400 and. Sorry, you're not late. Nice and easy. What else? I don't know. You guys ask me. You have to ask me. It's weird doing a live stream where it's so chilled out and I have time to gather my thoughts before I say something. Joy, I received my Anycubic Chiron last week and I'm loving it so far. You were right, it's an absolute beast. Thank you, CJ. So I'm part of the group, the Chiron group on Facebook, and there are lots of people that have complained about it. The thing is, you mostly hear about complaints from 4 or 5 people. The group has about 600, 700 people. You don't hear anything from those. You just hear from the complaints. So I'm not going to say that it's infested with problems, but Anycubic, this is where the peculiar thing comes with us human beings. So when the Ender 3 or the CRX was sent out and it wasn't working, we started this thing with we're the beta testers, you know, and everyone got mad, and rightfully so, because then they keep updating the version and you don't know which version you're getting, and people got mad because they got the old version. So Anycubic decided to completely stop shipping the Anycubic Chiron until they fix all the problems that people were bringing up, which is, I think, one of the best business decisions that a company can make. But then people start complaining because their machine's going to be delayed and because they don't want to wait anymore because they're canceling the order. So decide. You either want a good product. At least the company, you know, is taking the initiative. Look, we're not going to send out any bad printers. Let's call them bad because they're not really bad. It's just the software. Going to fix our problems and then we'll resume shipping. But apparently you can never make anyone happy anymore. Anyone fancy catching me up quickly? Catching. Neil, did you get my email with the STL files? Yes, I have. To be completely honest, I haven't even opened them yet. Most of the complaints were regarding shipping and damage during shipping. Exactly, but that's not really company, you know. You have to give the benefit of the doubt, because I've received packages that were destroyed by shipping companies, not by the company. And it doesn't matter how good, it's packed. If someone wants to destroy it, they'll destroy it. Did you take on that job, huge job, where the customer wanted the print finished in just 1 week? No, he passed on. Hey, man, misfit. No, the phone box. It didn't happen. He's not going to take it. The reason was because it's really not worth it. I mean, we were talking about 30, 40 kilograms of filament to print this. What would you expect? Oh, Joe, thanks for the advice on the Mavic Air. The day you wrote a reply to me, I was underway getting mine. Love it. So tiny with so much potential. Very true. I actually sold my Mavic Air yesterday. The reason why I sold it yesterday was because first of all, money. Two, I have the Mavic Pro and I really like the Mavic Pro. I seem to use it much more than Mavic Air. So, Jav Beming, say thanks for turning me on to the Red Hat Steve's model. Ooh, other than the Cheshire Cat. He has some great stuff. Yes, I'm trying to remember his real name. Steve Solomon. Steve Solomon. Yeah, he has some seriously awesome models. Probably for the best. Very true. But the thing is, when it comes to projects like that phone box, it's always a hassle to decide whether or not I want to take on a job like that or not. And the reason is because it would be cutting it very close. I'd need to put at least 10, 20 printers on it. What will happen then is I'm going to have to get all my white spools or any spools and just throw them all at the same time. And I'm going to have a lot of sleepless nights. And after a week, that will just destroy me. I've had that happen where I had an architect come in and he offered me twice the amount of money to do a massive job in 3 days, 2 or 3 days. It was like 500 hours worth of printing in about 50 hours worth of available time. And I spent 2.5 days just awake, coffee, printing, changing prints from one to another. I didn't have enough white filament, so I was grabbing one spool and unspooling it to spool another spool, like half and half. So I have 2 printers going at the same thing. Then there was post-processing. I did the post-processing, like stuck everything together. I think about 2 hours before the deadline. In fact, when he took the model, it was still smelling like paint. Cześć, Michał. Ah, no problem, dude. You're not late. It's still 20 past 10. Oh. I'd love to also do a video on, because I get a lot of people asking me how I started my 3D printing business. And it was nothing out of the ordinary, like nothing out of here, but I was a bit lucky because I had the right connections, or I was put into the right connections. Customers, like for example. So Malta is very small, word of mouth, travel fast. So what I did was I got some prints, I printed a few things, I chose my best work, I took some nice photos, and I just opened a Facebook page. And then I took like photos of the things that I thought people would like, that would be popular. And I spent like 30, 40 euros on Facebook ads. And the amount of reach you get, I got like, I think within the first day, my Facebook page had like 400 likes after 24 hours. And then people just start contacting you, like, can you do this? Can you do this? And once you do it, they'll write a review, they'll talk to their friends, and start moving along. What's the strangest thing you've been asked to print? I don't think I really had anything strange, to be honest. Someone just asked me to print like door handles in the shape of a fist. Like this guy wants a couple of fists going out of the door so you can pull the photos. But I think that's the weirdest thing. Other than that, not much actually. It's been a bit quiet recently, which is kind of why like I started looking for a job. It's not that it's like completely dead. It's just not enough. And when you buy a new house, you have to keep up. But I'm not worried. Everything will be fine. I'm 100% sure. And if not, I'll just keep on concentrating on the channel. Neil, if you refresh, it should be fine. I do get dropped frames once in a while. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me see. Maybe if I close a few more windows. But I am getting a few dropped frames. I haven't gotten dropped frames in quite a while, actually. My strangest print requests a model of an EU size 40 foot for showing off homemade socks. How many of your friends went into the business like yours after seeing you? None, actually. I have one of my best friends wanted a 3D printer. So I gave him one of the printers that I had. I gave him the ANET E10, the one with the green. It looks like a CR10. We've updated the firmware just to make it a bit safer. And took that one. He's still printing with it. It prints quite a lot. And he's the kind of person like, unless it's functional, he's not going to print anything. Friends, I've had at least 3 or 4 that bought printers. I have a lot of Maltese people actually contact me to buy my printers. I sold a few in the very beginning, but I chose not to anymore. I don't want to sell printers anymore, like the review kits. And the reason for that is I don't know who I'm selling the printer to. And what happens is, like, I had this guy, he'd call me every 2 or 3 days because he'd want my help to either clean the nozzle or because it has a jam or he can't print. He can't get the first layer right. And I'm not customer support, you know. When I sign a contract with a company to do consultancy, I charge 50 euros for the first hour that I'm there because you get companies who actually call you to fix a clogged nozzle. And it's a hassle to just leave whatever you're doing, go for 5 minutes to fix a nozzle. So you do a surcharge of 50 euro for the first hour. So whatever it is, if it's fixed in 2 minutes, that's still 50 euros for the first hour. And people tend to think twice before they actually call you. So yeah, I decided not to sell printers anymore to people I don't know because I end up having to just troubleshoot everything for everyone. But like this, giving them out to Patreons is just, you know, it makes life easier for me. Plus, I'm happy to actually be giving back. And I get to have some space in the garage. So come on, questions. No one asked me any questions yesterday on Patreon. I had a guy from Craigslist buy something from me. He straight up asked me for a warranty. That's the kind of thing. And the thing is, people don't seem to get it. Like, you know, it's 3D printing. You can't just decide to buy a 3D printer if you don't think you're going to be into 3D printing. I'm just checking. Okay. Which printers are you in process of testing these days? So there's the Anycubic Chiron, there's the T-Vol Flash. I have the Orbalo Printing Prusa Steel Mark II, which just arrived. I have the G-Tech A30, I think, the one that looks like the CR10, and the Hictop Dual A3. So that's 5, and 5 is too much. That's why I want to stop reviewing machines for some time. I want to work on projects, not a machine. I don't want to have to worry because this company sent me a printer and they want me to do a review, and it's just a hassle. Orbalo Printing, they're great guys, but man, they do my head in. They message me like 2 or 3 times a day to see when is the review coming out. So I kind of get annoyed. Alan Hinchliff, TCD still on? Patreon party, TCT. I'm hoping so. I'm not entirely sure. 3D Prima offered to sponsor my trip to TCT. And the thing is, while I won't refuse, they mentioned it once, they didn't come back to me about it, and I'm not really the kind of guy that likes to ask people for free stuff. I really am not. Contrary to popular belief, me being a shill, I really don't ask for free stuff. So it kind of is, you know, between these two things, like, should I speak to them about it and have the chance to go to TCT, have some footage for the channel, come see some of you guys, have a Patreon party over there? Or do I just keep quiet just because I feel weird about asking stuff like this and just miss on the opportunity? So it's... Hey, Tom's in the house. What's the most exciting thing you ever seen 3D printed related and why? I think open bionics is probably one of the most awesome things on this planet. And definitely organs, like when they print organs. But open bionics, I've seen kids with 3D printed bionic hands, and it just puts a smile on your face because something so simple as a 3D printer, well, it's complex, but it's simple to us, can just change someone's life completely. And that's just absolutely awesome. Still waiting on my flash to ship. It's been nearly a month. Who did you order it from, if I may ask? Would love to see a video on how to figure out the different speeds for printing, etc. Yes, I will be doing that as well, a series on that. Any planned videos for Just Joe? I do have quite a lot planned. It's just a matter of finding the time, to be honest. And Just Joe, it's really weird because I feel like Just Joe has to be done in like maybe drones and stuff like that. But then I realized that it's Just Joe. I can do whatever I want in there. I can just record myself taking a walk and I'll upload it. It wouldn't make any difference. So I'm gonna record something where I just blabber on that. I don't know. I really don't know. It's there. It's got about 1,000 subscribers, but I'm just wondering, like, what can I put there just for the sake of putting something? Joe, do you ever tweak your printer's G-codes or just print straight out of the slicer output every time? Always print straight out of the slicer. I've never really ever gotten the urge to actually modify a G-code. I've reread a G-code just to try to understand it, but didn't, but that's it. Direct from TiVo. I'll see if they're behind on orders. I'll get in touch with them. Other than PETG and PLA, what other filaments have you used? I've used ASA, I've used PC, Extruder GreenTech Pro. No, I haven't used that. I print a lot with ABS for customers. It's mostly ABS. TPU, Bioflex. I think that's it. And obviously then there's the steel fills and the wood fills. My coworker has a prosthesis and I 3D printed a few pen clips for it. Now he never loses his pens. He's super excited. Awesome. I vote Greasy Pole for Just Joe. Nope, not gonna happen. During your video blog, you have mentioned that you were doing dioramas. Were you playing also any tabletop games like no, Warhammer 40k. I've never played tabletop games. I've played board games, lots of board games, but not tabletop games. I've never actually gotten into tabletop games, to be honest. Just Joe has no rules. That's the thing. And I think that's how I want it to be. So I'll see. I'll think of something. The last I heard, they were waiting for parts. Heard nothing since. I'll check with them. I should be able to speak to them tomorrow morning. Did manual G-code program for 40 years. Ouch. I can't help myself. It's a sickness. I can imagine. So yeah, I've always just liked the model airplanes and model tanks and cars and all that. I've always been into those since I was a kid. But only these last few years, it came to the point where it'll take me a month of a couple of hours a day to do like one model because I want to go into so much detail. Even when it's just an engine that's going to be covered and no one's going to see it. I want to make sure that the spark plug cables are running through in a different color and a little bit dirty just to show wear and tear. No one's ever going to see this, but I know it's there. Have you seen the Mosaic Palette 2 on the canvas? Any chance you will test it? So, a little secret. I saw the Palette 2 and canvas, I think about 6 months ago. I have a very good relationship with the guys at Mosaic Manufacturing. I've spoken to Brennan the first time about 2 years ago when they sent me the palette, just before they sent me the palette, because I was about to buy one and they offered to send it to me. And then they sent me the Palette Plus. And recently, I think just before I recorded, just before we moved actually, when I recorded the Palette Plus review, Brennan got in touch with me, told me about the Palette 2 and the Palette Pro and the canvas, and it just blew my mind. As soon as I saw it, it's funny because the rendering is exactly the same as the final product. So it didn't change at all. So yes, mid-September, end September, I should have a Palette 2 Pro in hand to play with. Yeah, I would love some scenery videos of you cruising on Malta mixed in with some drone shots. Okay, I could do that. I use SketchUp to make my designs. Any thoughts on any other programs to use? I would definitely recommend Fusion 360. SketchUp is good, but it doesn't really play well with 3D printing for some reason. I have so many issues with models, with customers who send me models from SketchUp. Thin walls that don't show up. I always have to. Even with that removable cover that shows it's working, I still maintain that it runs on purely magic. Oh no, I fully and completely agree. The first time I saw it, when I saw the complexity of that machine, of how it works, what it has to do, what it has to think of, just blows my mind. All right, man. Still have another about 25 minutes here. Forget to get a drink. Cool. So I'll have a look. As soon as I have a look, I'll probably try to have a look tomorrow. Another thing that's happening, thoughts on Palette versus MMU2. So, I think the advantage of the MMU2 will be the fact that it's a closed system within the printer. So the printer always knows what it's doing with the filament, whereas the Palette 2 doesn't really work that way. But the advantage of the Palette 2 is the fact, and the Palette Plus and the Palette, is that you can use it with any printer. So if it bothers you on one printer, you can just set it up on another. Whereas with the Multimaterial 2, you're stuck with the printer. Sorry, I apologize. I'm yawning. It's been a long day. About the mural, have you had anyone drop out? I'd love to contribute, but my email arrived too late. So far, I haven't had any. I've had 2 people drop out in very early days. But now I think I'm going to have to make like some kind of executive decision that if no more parts arrive by the end of next week, possibly, then I'm just going to see which parts are missing, and I'm just going to make a last call for those who had sent me an email, or else I'll just have to print them myself. The new Palette looks crazy. I feel myself going insane with all the options. Chiron Palette 2 Pro and Duale 3. I just can't take it. See, that's the thing. Like, imagine having a Palette 2 on the Chiron. You have a 400 by 400 bed. You can print, if you're doing it on production and you want 20 keychains, you can do it in one go. And that's going to be less filament waste because you can fit much more in a build plate with the same purge block. I need a Palette 2 like I need a hole in the head. But I had an unexpected windfall financially last week, so I pre-ordered one this morning. Oh, God. Good one. Last call to patrons first. Oh, yes, absolutely. I'll post if I'm missing parts, I'll do a post on Patreon to see who wishes to print the parts. If you haven't received part 126, I would like to send it then. I thought we only had little time when I had to cancel. I don't know if I still have the parts. Yes, I do. Hold on. I received part 126. My parts. How is your weight there after all the packages? Does Lebelska taste the same? Oh, that Lebelska is awesome. That Lebelska is in the freezer. It's keeping nice and cold. Weight is the same, unfortunately. It hasn't gone down, but it hasn't gone up, thankfully. Which is always good. Actually, let me show you. Hold on. Don't mind the mess. See if you look over. Oh, wait, hold on. See if you look there. Right. See there. See? There's the TiVo flash doing its kind of like a moon city thing. It's almost done. And all I printed was that. And you see the spool here, almost empty? Yeah, I had many failures. Also, my office is a mess. But, hey. You need a spreadsheet, Joe. Nah, I'm old school. Wait, hold on. There you go. Oh, there. So you know how you always push a bit of filament during nozzle heat up and bed leveling and purge strip? How does palette factor that in? Seems so hard to estimate. The thing with the palette is you slice your G code. With the Palette Plus, it was you slice your G code in Simplified 3D, and then you run it through Chroma. So everything that's on the G code, the purge, everything is already there when it goes into the palette. So the palette can already see all of that, and it starts to calculate the movements and the speeds and everything. Do you prefer the texture sheets on the Prushas or the smooth textured? Definitely textured. I really like their feel. It makes it feel more professional. Nah, I rarely use. The thing is with spreadsheet is with Excel, I have a habit of not saving, and I tend to lose quite a lot of things. This was just here. Oh. I have plans to print 1 kilogram nylon carbon print. This will be a one-off print with my hardened steel E3D nozzle. See me through. 1 kilogram hardened steel. Yes, a hardened steel nozzle should be fine for about 3 to 4 kilograms of nylon X. Let's call it nylon X. Hey Ben, good evening. It probably will be logical waste. It probably will be available very shortly because they're catching up to their orders quite quickly. How's it going, Ben? Congrats on the 4.5k subs, by the way. Very well deserved. Sorry, I'm late, still on holiday and dozed off, but glad I made it. Back home tomorrow, how's it going? I need a holiday. I can't even, at the moment, holidays are not even anywhere near any radar, which is close to me. But it's going good. Busy, but good. My company, we are planning to upgrade our printer with a ruby nozzle. Do you have any on your printers? I have the Pulse. I have that Prusa there, that one, black one, that has a ruby nozzle in it, and I also have a Volcano one, which I still have to put together on the CR10 downstairs. I'm actually going to put it on the Chiron now. So once I do the review of the Chiron, I'm going to change a few things. I want to put more quiet, like TMC drivers on it, and I want to upgrade it to an E3D Volcano because I think it deserves a Volcano, and then I'll put the Olsen Ruby nozzle in it. I want a Ruby nozzle. Issue I'm having is I want it attached to a Pulse. One could also print PLA and PETG with hardened steel nozzle, or is there any problem with that? No, no problem whatsoever. Yes, Patreon meetup hypothesis, which day was meant to message you, so doing it now. I still have to confirm if I'm going to attend TCT. Do you know RC Everyday Channel? The guy builds custom RC hot rods with lots of detail. Sounds like something up your alley. RC Everyday. I'm not sure. Where can you buy a ruby nozzle? You can buy them through Matter Hackers. I think 3D Prima has them in Europe. Or you can buy them directly. But if you're in the US, Matter Hackers. Although they do ship anywhere in the world. Right. I'm from the UK. So UK, trying to think. Enviro Engineering might have them in the UK. I think Enviro Engineering has them. I think so. Is there any issue with the reduced heat conduction of hardened nozzles versus brass nozzles? Not that I know of. I've had a couple of hardened steel nozzles. I honestly never had any issue, except possibly maybe increased stringing. But other than that, oh, so there you go. Via engineering. Tell him Joe sent you. No, it's not for an affiliate link, just a high five. So excited to see that print finishing finally after about 4 days of trying. No, I really like the Olsen Ruby nozzle. And I like it because I don't have to worry, I don't have to stay hassling about what filament I'm going to throw in, whether it's abrasive or not. So I need to go shower. Miser it. So any of you are Arduino experts? See, the thing is, I like to do things by myself. I want to learn. I want to explore and mess with things and break things until I learn. But having a bit of help in this would help. Does the flash take a standard Volcano nozzle? Yes, it does. How's the Mahusiv Thresh Walker? It's downstairs. I haven't printed the feet yet because I'm doing a customer print on the Chiron at the moment. But that thing turned out absolutely epic. I threw in a 0.6 millimeter nozzle and it just printed beautifully. Have you tried the new extruder design for the Mark III? Not yet. I actually still have a Mark III which I have yet to assemble. How often do you do this? As I became a patron last month, and this is great and it's so helpful. Neil, I do this once a month. I do the Patreon live stream once a month. But if there's any questions, I give my priority to you guys, to my patrons. If I have to be honest, it's Patreon that keeps the boat afloat at the moment. Nothing else. I'm not pushing sales. I'm not promoting GearBest or anything. So affiliate commission is just non-existent. YouTube does maybe $300 a month, $400 a month. It's not that. So yeah, so it's either affiliate sales and Patreon. So I want to focus on you guys. I want to share more with you guys. I want to interact with more with you guys because ultimately you keep this boat afloat. But yeah, I do this once a month for an hour. Not too much, but maybe we can increase that. I wanted to do, I just remembered that I wanted to try to do a Google Hangouts. I'll try it for next time. Because Google Hangouts, you guys can join into the call and it'll be much easier to chat. I really want to automate that. Patreon rocks. You guys rock. Um, you guys absolutely rock. Thankfully, when I had the job, I also used to like to buy gadgets, which now I'm selling off very slowly to make up for everything, which is why I need a job. I have to have a job. Doing like YouTube only is not going to be viable for me for at least another couple of years. I need at least 2 more years to be able to say I'm just a content creator and nothing else, not have to worry about anything else, customer prints or sponsorships or all that. So they want to sponsor an episode. I'm gonna try to find a way to make it work without pissing people off, basically, because they want me to talk about Skillshare for 45 seconds, and I'm just not going to stop an episode to talk about Skillshare for 45 seconds because I know how people hate that. I know what Joel's been through when he did that with Matter Hackers, and the thing is, that's how we make money, by sponsorships. So I'll try to have like a time lapse, or if I'm doing something in a time lapse, I can have like a small box of me talking about Skillshare. The thing is, it's really good money, and I really want to do it. So I have to figure out a way. I haven't decided yet. What's your favorite ever non-3D printed related gadget? Ooh. It's oh God. It's probably the Mavic Pro. I think that's my favorite ever gadget, non-3D printing related. Joe's the reason I created a Patreon account. Now I'm supporting about 7 content creators, as I'm sure more will follow. Thank you very much, Denny. I appreciated it. Thank you so much. How's the new filament? How's the new Filamentum? It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Get on that daily vlog train. Won't take you too long. You know what? I should start playing Minecraft and recording my progress. Easy money. Nothing wrong with sponsorship as long as the creator provides good content. Very true. No, I fully agree. But it's just, if you're going to include a sponsored message within the content, it has to be it's threading on a very fine line of doing it right. I think I have an idea what to do. Many other channels do sponsor video, just make a sponsor and forward is okay. True. Get on that Twitch hype, Joe. That's another thing. See, the thing is, with Twitch, you have to stream like 3 times a week. I don't like being constrained, because like if there's a week I just want to work on something and I don't feel like uploading, if there's a week that I'm not in the mood, you know, I don't want to do forced positivity. My brain works in very mysterious ways. Simone Gertz is doing a lot of sponsored videos right now, and I find it very annoying. I think this is the American way of doing it. No offense, but I don't like it. No, I completely understand, Gordon. I fully and completely understand. And it's that kind of thinking that worries me sometimes, and whether I should do it or not. So I'll try one. I'll try to grow thick skin for it because it hurts when people start hating on you for getting a sponsor for one video. Oh, it hurts. Hey, Eddie. Oh, you finally made it. There's a fine line between an ad and a sponsor. And that's the thing. They want to sponsor an episode, but they want an ad of like 45 seconds in it. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't mind it as it's content related. Exactly. And in fact, one thing, another thing, like me morally, I told them in order for me to do this ad on the channel, first I need access to the site. I need to spend some time there. I need to see what it's all about, because I'm not going to do scripted ads. I don't do scripted ads. This is my 3D printer for my 1/14 scale controlled radio trucks. Nothing beats RC. I'm still losing and dropping frames for some reason. Okay. What is Skillshare? Skillshare is a website where, did you really want me to run the ad now? It's basically a website with lots of tutorials. Think of it as like little master class segments for anything, whether it's art, whether it's electronics. There's also for 3D printing as well. It's done by 3D Hubs. Lots of classes. Think of it as courses or classes for absolutely anything, whether it's woodworking, car shop, stuff like that. And it's really cool. I have to admit, it's really cool. But yeah, I want to spend some time on it first. No, I wouldn't. It's actually quite different. I would want to do a video, but I want to make sure that there's a section of the video where 95% of the screen is me doing something, whether it's a time lapse or something slow. Having a little corner which is talking about Skillshare, that's fine. The guy with doing the ad for the site, and I will support you. Thank you very much, Grumpy Dude. No, it is cool. I mean, it's a really good site. I like the site, which is why I'm considering it. And I don't know exactly how much they charge or anything. I'm sure that they'll offer me a discount code to give to everyone. It's not like an affiliate link where the more people sign up, like the more money I get. It's not like that. It's like a preset price. Listen, we'll give you X amount if you spend 45 seconds talking about Skillshare. That's it. So whether or not I do a good job or a bad job is irrelevant. If I do a good job, they'll probably want more, and we'll see. I don't expect to do more than one a month for them, if I decide to do more than one. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. I don't know if you guys noticed. My eyes, I keep blinking my eyes. They're red, they're burning. And the more I talk, the more I start yawning, and I feel like I'm being rude. It's not that I'm tired, but I am tired, but I keep yawning. You will get heat, but people need to realize that free content comes at a price. Free does not pay your bills. It cannot pay bills, no more content. Exactly. And that's the thing, people don't understand it. I mean, you do a video which takes you a week, 2 weeks to do for just what? 10, 15 minutes of footage. And then you get people who just love hating on you. And the thing is, they're not actual subscribers. They're just someone who dropped on your channel and just decided to leave a hate comment. And no matter what thick skin you have, it gets to you. At some point, there's going to be that one that's going to get to you, and that stings, and it bugs me. And it's not the first time that I spent like one day or two just pondering about like, why is this guy getting to me? But unfortunately, it happens. As long as you don't go full in us with the ads, it's all good. No. You try because you're awesome and you give so much for other people. Res buddy. Thank you very much, Ben. Ouch, man. No, the thing is now I'll have a shower and I'm gonna try to sleep because I'm still sleeping like 2 or 3 in the morning. Like yesterday we came in, I think it was like 10:30 or 11 in the evening. Had a shower, went to bed, wife slept, and I was just like there, my eyes open. So I decided to come here. I started redesigning the caddy in Fusion 360. I threw the first test print, so I'll be ready in the morning. Woke up, found a few mistakes, reiterated, printed again, and I've been here since like 8. So I'm sleeping like at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then waking up at 8. And just ignore the trolls as much as possible. They don't count at all in the long run. Very true, and this is the thing that I keep reminding myself, you know, like I 36,000 subscribers, and I get 5. And I say assholes now, this is not like a public stream. You get 5 assholes who piss you off, and like they really get to you, and it bugs me. But it happens. But then I'll get over it. And then I remember that I have the power to delete comments. I upload only 3 videos to YouTube, and each time I get 1 thumbs down. Now that's commitment. I read a thing that all likes and dislikes and comments are all good for you. That's the thing. When people comment, hate on you, dislike, YouTube sees that as an interaction. This is why YouTubers and myself tell you, like, comment, share, subscribe. Those are all interactions. So whether you dislike or like, or you comment good or bad, it's an interaction. I think I like to make stuff has a decent balance for ads. Yes, he does. And that's the kind of thing similar, maybe a bit less. That's kind of where I want to go. Just don't feel the trolls, that's what they want. You could go full Barnacles on the trolls. Yeah, I could. No, but nowadays I kind of calm down. So if I see a hateful comment, unless it's something that there's this part of you that just goes, really want to reply, but you know if you reply, it's just, he doesn't care. You're the one that's passionate about what you're saying. He's just there to piss you off. That's all. But then I go like, okay, fine, delete. And then once you delete, oops, you cannot reply to it. So there you go. Oh. Right, so I'm gonna love you and leave you guys. I need to go have a shower. I need to have a shave, and hopefully sleep. And try to sleep. Yesterday I was watching a new series, Castle Rock. Awesome series. Stephen King. If you like Stephen King, watch Castle Rock. Nothing they hate more than being ignored. I follow some Thailand holiday vloggers, and the trolls are vicious there. Oh yes. All right, everyone. I am gonna love you and leave you guys. Thank you very much for joining. This was nice and relaxed. Have a good one, Eddie, Chris, Denny, Grandpa Dude, Ben, Grandma Man, Tom, and everyone else. Patrick, don't go, don't leave us. Ron and John and Alan, and awesome. Quite a turnout. Thank you guys for everything. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for your support. Next week, I'll be sending out all the stickers for the first event, the tier and everything, and all the winning stuff, the prizes I had, because I haven't had time to go. But I'll send them off next week, I'll promise. So, thank you guys very much. I love you all. My family says thank you as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one.